The defense has rested their case in the ongoing hush money trial. Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. I'm Jurnee Taylor. The jurors in that case could begin hearing closing arguments as early as next week. Christian Benavides gets you caught up.
Defense witness Robert Costello wrapped up his testimony this morning, and lawyers for defendant Donald Trump quickly concluded their case without calling the former president to the stand.
I think this would have been a huge loser to put him on the stand because, one, let's remember most criminal defendants don't take the stand for some obvious reasons. It subjects them to cross-examination, which, depending on the defendant, can be potentially hugely risky.
On Monday, Costello's combative behavior and comments compelled Judge Juan Merchan to clear the court to reprimand the witness. An angry Merchan told Costello, "If you don't like my ruling, you don't give me side-eye and you don't roll your eyes." Then asked him, "Are you staring me down right now?"
Conflicted judge. Highly conflicted judge.
The 45th president has pleaded not guilty to 34 counts of falsifying business records to hide so-called hush money payments to adult film star Stormy Daniels over an alleged sexual encounter. During 4 days of testimony, Trump's one-time attorney and fixer Michael Cohen linked his former boss to the payments, but the defense repeatedly attacked his credibility. Cohen served jail time for lying under oath to Congress, and on Monday he admitted to stealing money from the Trump Organization.
Michael Cohen is such a proven liar that why would it surprise us that he's also a thief?
Trump did not speak as he left the courthouse. Christian Benavides, CBS News.
Good afternoon, Arkansas meteorologist Nathan Scott. We are about to go into a very active weather pattern, and it starts out there this evening into tonight. Here's the latest from the Storm Prediction Center. We are under a 2 out of 5 risk of severe weather, or a slight risk from Little Rock and off to the north and west. We'll have the chance of maybe isolated storm developing into West Arkansas later this afternoon, but certainly through this evening into tonight, that chance will be ramping up. It's all because it's warm, it's humid, clouds off to the west, but take a look at the radar right now. Nothing showing up at this time, but here's what future radar could look like going throughout the rest of the day. And you see that line of storms developing in northwest Arkansas, charging its way down into central Arkansas primarily after midnight. With that line, there could be some damaging wind gusts, large hail, and even a quick tornado cannot be ruled out. Most of today, though, will be dry. Mixture of sun and clouds. There could be the isolated pop-up shower storm in west and northwest Arkansas. The severe weather threat will be going up for everybody on Wednesday. More on that potential and also how long this active weather pattern will be sticking around coming up.
All right, Nathan, thank you. We have a major scam alert that's targeting people in Pulaski County by pretending to be with the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office. People like Katie Childs says she got a call with the number matching the Sheriff's Office. A phone call she describes as terrifying, starting with Childs being notified of missing jury duty. And to her surprise, she was told she needed to submit a payment to avoid jail time. It wasn't until she went to take out the cash when Childs says something clicked.
I even got as far as I went to the bank and I was standing there talking to the teller and I was like, oh man. I was like, I'm being scammed.
Clerks with Pulaski County say Childs isn't alone, as multiple people have been calling in the same boat. Their staff has since been on high alert and says they will never call you demanding such requests. And artificial intelligence is now being used to crack down on petty shoplifting. In places like central Indiana, convenience store owners have installed cameras that tracks a person's hand and arm movements. Now, according to those using the technology, it's been a success with catching thieves in the act.
Somebody's reaching to grab something and put it in there. It signals there's no racial profiling, there's no age or sex bias, there's nothing. It's just the algorithm that shows your body movement.
With shoplifting becoming a rising issue for some places, more stores could start to lean on AI for an extra sense of security. A massive $15 million is being carved out of the budget for the Little Rock School District after the board decided they needed more stability. Decline in enrollment, more support staff, and new programs, all reasons for the overwhelming budget cuts. Without that money, update for teacher positions and initiatives for student success will all be canceled, leaving some people worried about the future of the district.
We really need to make sure that we're funding our campuses well, staffing our campuses, and not requiring people to do 2 and 3 different type of jobs.
Board members say the impact of their decision will be felt through the next few school years. While the Little Rock School District struggles to do more with less, the state seems to have an overflow of cash sitting in their back pocket. The Department of Finance says they expect to have an extra $708 million this year, and it's all from the money you make and pay in sales tax.
Kansans are spending more money across the state. They're buying more products, and they're making more money and paying more taxes on that money, or more than we anticipated.
It's now in the hands of state lawmakers to decide how that extra money is spent, a decision which could see movement when leaders meet during special session. Here's a growing problem that has the state of Arkansas on high alert, a frightening report revealing an uptick in fatal crashes caused by road rage. Arkansas ranks 5th in the nation for highest overall aggressive or careless drivers. Over 22% of those instances consisted of road rage. A reminder to ease up when traveling, as states like Louisiana, Delaware, and D.C. all face a similar road scare. Another issue worth tackling on the roads, speeding. And thanks to new speed detection cameras, RDOT says they're already noticing changes along I-30 in Saline County. There's now 2 cameras monitoring the area, with more to come in the near future, all with the goal of enforcing the law.
The intent of this was never to write a bunch of citations. That doesn't get us anywhere. You know, we've got to get awareness out there, and this is just, the speed enforcement cameras are just another way of doing that and driving home that message to slow down when you get into those construction zones and be more aware.
The cameras have a hefty price tag of $70,000 each. There's been dramatic changes to the college enrollment process, with the latest being a hike on interest rates for the upcoming school year. Interest rates on undergraduate direct loans will now be more than 6%, while graduate and professional direct loans will have a rate of 8%. It's due to the federal government being unable to pay its debt and will weigh on students for years to come.
They are going to stay as is unless later on you decide to, after graduation, consolidate your federal loans. At that time, you won't refinance necessarily to a lower interest rate overall, but you will refinance to a rate that is the average of the rates that you have.
Now, before you take out of a loan, you should consider using Nerd Wallet to estimate future payments. Target is offering some relief for your wallet by slashing prices for thousands of household items, with hopes of making your life just a tad bit easier. Bread, milk, diapers, and much more will cost less than usual. The retailer says most consumers are pressured to make the most of their budget and is planning on more discounts in the weeks ahead. We're days away from a National Day of Remembrance, honoring those who paid the ultimate sacrifice. What it means to carry the load when we get back.
And tomorrow we're going to see some cooler numbers across the region after experiencing highs into the low 90s. This afternoon we'll drop back down into the 70s in many areas, and that's because we've got a good chance of showers and thunderstorms, and some of the storms could pack a punch. I'll have more on that potential coming up.